Have you heard about user generated content before? Maybe you've heard of the term and you weren't quite sure what it was. So today we're going to be unpacking all things user generated content. And I'm going to be talking to Amelia from Custom Neon, whose company does this extremely well. So have a good listen because you might pick up some great ideas of how you can leverage your own clients to generate content for you that actually works and saves you a bunch of time and money in the process. Enjoy. Welcome to Sales Without Socials. If you too are mentally exhausted from the constantly changing algorithms, you're not getting a return on the blood, sweat, and tears you put into your social media efforts, and know there must be a better way to market your business, then you are in the right place. Are you with me? Let's dive in. And you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun along the way. Hello, everybody. It's Tanya Williams, Chief of Everything at Digital Conversations, and it's Sales Without Socials time. Yep, another episode of the podcast. And today we are talking about user generated content. Now, if you don't know what that is, keep listening and we are going to explain all about it. And today I am talking to Amelia and she's a marketing specialist from Custom Neon. Now, she is going to break down this stuff called user generated content, how they use it, and how it's been so successful for those guys. Because if you've seen some of their stuff, it's pretty darn good. And I think they might know a thing or two about this. So, welcome, Amelia.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Do you want to start with just telling people a bit about you and your background and what Custom Neon actually does?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I'm Amelia. I am the marketing specialist here at Custom Neon. So, been with the company for about, I think, over 4 years now. So, when I started, it was kind of a small team and we weren't as international as we are now. And it's
Mhm.
definitely grown and it's been, awesome to see that growth. So, Custom Neon is an LED neon sign company. We were founded in Geelong in 2018 by Jake and Jess Monday. And the business originally sort of started selling signage in Australia, but as the global orders grew, we sort of recognized that there was a clear need to increase the staff and production capabilities internationally. So we're now a global company with teams in Australia, the US, the UK, and then we've got other people sort of dotted all over the globe.
So
Majority
just
of
a
our
few people.
Yeah, it's quite a large team now. I think there's over like 30 or 40 of us. So yeah, it's
Wow,
definitely grown
fantastic.
a lot.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
look, I love what you guys do. The fact that you can create these gorgeous custom neon signs that people can put up in their business or in their house or wherever they want. I'm
Yeah.
keep looking at them going, I need to get one of these. I just need to figure out what exactly it is I want to get because my husband's going to be like, you don't need one of those. It's like, it's not about need, it's about want. So
Exactly.
they just
Absolutely.
look so darn cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they're so bright and fun. It's yes, a super fun and positive place to work.
Yeah, love it, love it. Let's talk marketing, of course, which is what we're here to talk about. But what sort of marketing do you guys focus most on? Now, I imagine you probably do all sorts of different things, but is there a particular area that you guys sort of lean more towards?
Yeah, I guess majority of the marketing that we do at Custom Neon is digital.
Hmm.
We run paid ads across both social and search. We have a strong email marketing strategy. And I guess one of the main things that we do is our website is entirely optimized for SEO, and our organic SEO brings in a lot of our business.
Hmm.
We've also got a PR team that reach out to potential business and commercial based customers. But I guess, with all of this, one of the most important things that we do in terms of marketing is collect UGC from our customers that we sort of use everywhere. I guess also with the nature of our product being that majority of the signs we sell are custom made,
Mm.
um, our customers can choose from various like fonts, colors, sizes, everything. Every part of their sign is completely customizable. So it's super important for us to harness user generated content within our marketing mix as it really shows the breadth of our product offering and different use cases, I guess.
Yeah, cool. Now, for the people who don't really know what user generated content is, can you explain that to them, please?
Yeah, for sure. So user generated content is content that is created by real people and real customers organically rather than created by the brand themselves or by an influencer. So for us, user generated content is images, videos, and testimonials that are either posted online to social media, to our review platforms, or we actually get given a lot directly to our customer service representatives. So we hear a lot from our customers who have worked with one of our LED like graphic designers. It's a one-on-one design service that they offer. So the customers really appreciate the attention to detail and personalized design service.
Yeah.
A lot of positive feedback about that, which is great.
Oh, I love I mean, there's so many things I think you can do with user generated content. It's not right for every business, of course, but um, how do customers like embrace it? It sounds like people are just really loving sharing, their experience and so forth. Do you, in terms of the process,
Mhm.
um, once someone buys something, is it typically them reaching out to you going, "Oh my god, look at my amazing sign," and taking photos of it? Or do you have a process where you follow up with them and go, "Hey, send us a photo," or what does that look like from that marketing customer perspective?
Yeah. So in our packaging, we've actually got like a little note and a QR code sort of thing that says, we love to see our signs in the wild, tag us, and our customers often do, which generates a great
I
bank of.
love that. Such a simple idea, right? A QR code and a note going, "This is what you need to do." Like, so simple.
Yeah, and I think also with the nature of our product being like bright and fun, people love to take photos of it and share it across like social media and even just share
Yeah.
it back with the design reps that they've worked with. So yeah, I guess that's sort of how the main place that we get it. We also do reach out, I think, post purchase and ask sort of for a review and for images if they're willing to share. And we see such a high number of those come in, and the things people tell us is it's crazy. We once a month we do like a monthly wrap up as a business and just talk about our wins for the month. And one of the segments that we do is reviews so good they sound fake, because the things that people say about our company and our product is incredible, and it literally looks like we've written it ourselves. So yeah, it's so good to see that coming through.
Now, is that something that, like, user generated content, it's not something that's typically included in a marketing plan, right? Like, it's one of those things that it's like, if you can do it, you can, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Was that something that just sort of happened organically within the business, or was that part of a strategy starting out where it's like, "Okay, we're doing these amazing signs. How do we get people to share them? Oh, let's focus on user generated content."
Yeah, I think it was a bit organic in sort of the way that it started. I guess when the business was started, it was like a small startup, and Jake and Jess were running it out of their garage. So there wasn't really at when it started the chance to be doing full blown photo shoots and creating content
Yeah.
ourselves. So I guess yeah, that's sort of how it started. We started collecting all the images, videos, and testimonials from our customers, and that's what they used for everything that we do in terms of marketing. I think because with the product, you need to see images of it to like show off, um,
Mhm.
yeah, how it looks. So yeah, it was
And
very organic.
ideas and inspiration as well, right? Because you look at other things and go, "Oh, I love that. I love the way that's done. I love the colors." Or so you can literally flick through and get all sorts of ideas on what might be right for your design as well. So by looking at other people's stuff, it has. I mean, it's got lots of different, ticks next to it, really, to go. Well, it can do this. It can do that. It can do that.
Exactly, yeah, and I think a lot of people will obviously like you said, you want a neon sign, but you're not entirely sure what you want it to say. So I think having
Yeah.
that bank of UGC, and it's aspirational for our customers to try and figure out what they want.
Absolutely. And I think the key part of why user generated content works so well is the authenticity. It's
Yeah,
because it's coming from a real customer having a real experience with a real product, where it's not, and these days we are getting a bit skeptical about marketing. We're seeing stuff going, "Oh my god, like that's so fake," or "Is that even real?" or whatever. But the fact that you guys do so much of this user generated content, people can literally see stuff to go, "Actually, yeah, look, this is really real. Like, this is stuff that's happening with real clients." And I think that makes a massive difference because we are craving authenticity in particularly in marketing these days, and from the products and brands that we want to buy from.
yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. And the LED neon sign industry is becoming more competitive, and there's lots of different players in the market now. So I think what really sets us apart as a brand is our customer service and the quality of our product.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, by heavily like leveraging the UGC, we're showing our potential customers why people choose us, and showing that it is real customers that are talking about us. It's not just a random brand that's sort of popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got thousands of 5 stars reviews, and people are really happy with the experience that we provide. And I think, yeah, further, like you said, influencer marketing especially has sort of made people not trust in brands as much, and that loyalty.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really important to just be authentic and yeah, make sure your customers know, feel confident in who they're purchasing with, I guess.
I think this is so much more powerful than influencer marketing. One, because it is authentic, it's coming from real people. Um, it's, as we know, like influencers, we're like, well, they're getting paid to do it. They're going to say whatever, like I'm not going to, it's no longer believable. Um,
Exactly.
so I think there's been this massive shift away from that towards getting real customers behind their product because, as I said, we are skeptical about it.
Yeah.
We want to believe that something's going to work and it's going to look like it says it's going to look like, and the process is going to be as simple as what they say and all that sort of stuff. But I think the proof is in not just the photos, but the reviews and the testimonials and people talking about their overall experience. That's really powerful stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's really powerful stuff.
100%. And I think even putting myself in the shoes of the consumer, like I want to choose brands that I trust and that I can see people have had
Yeah.
positive experience with. And I think when you look at it that way, it's a no brainer to really, yeah, use as much UGC as you can.
Yeah. So what when we look at all the marketing stuff that you guys do, what
Yeah.
percentage of your time do you think is spent on collating all the user generated content? Obviously, you're saving a lot of time because you're not having to create content yourself, but you've still got
Yeah.
to collate it and you've got to put it places and you've got to organize it and you've got to do all that. Do you spend a lot of time doing that once you get that content in?
Um, I it's kind of hard to put a percentage sort of on it.
Yeah.
Um, like yeah, all of our marketing team does spend like a large part of their time going through and collating all of our UGC. We sort of have a content management system that we
Yep.
will download everything and save it. And because we're a global team, having that system allows like our entire all of our employees to access it and use it wherever they see fit, whether
Yep.
it's trying to get a customer over the line and they want to hear about somebody else's experience, or um, images for the site to our socials, wherever it's sort of relevant. Yeah, I think as soon as we get a great review or a great image, we're like, where can we put this? Let's put it everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, how are you collecting that stuff? I know you said there's video content, there's obviously written reviews and stuff. Is
Mhm.
there a particular piece of tech or something that you guys are using to make that easy, or you're just saying, hey, just record it on your phone and send it to us? Like, what is that? Because I think that's the thing that, from a brand perspective, you think, oh my god, but how are we going to do it? Do we need certain technology? And it all sounds really overwhelming, and people get a bit scared, particularly the tech stuff. What are
Yeah.
you guys using to help create that and to, obviously get that back?
Yeah. We don't really particularly use any specific platform. I know we have looked into ones in the past,
Mhm.
um, that even AI based things that sort of collect it all for you. But
Yep.
we found it most efficient just to sort of save it all ourselves when we are collecting UGC, especially for things like customer images and videos of their sign, especially if there's people in them and things like that. We always ask permission to
Yeah, of
actually
course.
use the
Yep.
content,
Yep.
and I think that's really important because essentially, yeah, especially if it's someone's face or something, they are going to be used pretty much wherever we can put them if they allow it. So
Yeah.
yeah, asking permission is definitely important. And then everything sort of gets saved to our Dropbox. We've got like a naming convention and everything like that to make sure it's really organized because I think,
I can
uh,
imagine it would all have to be very organized.
yeah, I think as the business has grown, we've realized like you need to organize it. Otherwise, it's just going to get
Oh,
chaotic.
chaos. Yeah. Do you get many people that say, "No, I don't want you to share my stuff"?
Not really. I think we've probably had a handful in the last sort of few years. So everybody's really willing to share it. I mean, maybe unless they've yeah, had a bad experience or something. But I think with our
Yeah.
customer service, we always sort of turn it around and they end up happy anyway. So yeah, we don't really see anything like that.
Do you find, because obviously you guys are doing a lot of these things, and I know
Hmm.
you can't really probably put a percentage on it as well, but, like, how many people actually that buy will give you a photo or a review? Like, do you think that a majority of them are doing that and they're happily doing that because it's been a great experience? Like, what does that look like?
Hmm. So our customers are sort of split half B2B consumers that are either
Yep.
buying for their office spaces, events, that sort of thing. And then half of our consumers are B2C, so purchasing for their
Yeah.
homes, weddings, events, kids' rooms, whatever. We definitely, I would say, see more of the B2B customers sharing content of their
Yeah.
signs. I think just, yeah, the fact that they're businesses, they're either taking photos of their retail fit outs or their events or whatever. And I think, yeah, we do see a lot of that. And I think maybe because they are businesses themselves, they're more willing to tag another business. I think, yeah, you want to, help each other
Share
out.
the
So
love.
yeah,
Share
exactly.
the love.
Um, and yeah, with like B2C side, we still see so many like tags and things on from all the wedding photos and home photos. But yeah, I would say B2B customers are probably a little bit more willing to share.
Yeah, okay, cool. Um, like, why do you think it's so popular? Like, why do you think people are so willing to go, "Great, here's a photo," or "Here's a review"? Is it all about the customer experience? Is it about the product look? Like, I'm assuming you guys have had conversations about this with customers or done surveys or whatever it might be, but, like, why do you think it works so well for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's because it is like the nature of the product. It is such a
Very
shareable.
photographic, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like, it's very
exactly.
yeah.
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 I think also just with the social media industry today, I guess people are always wanting to share um, images of their life.
Yeah.
And if you've got like a really aesthetic neon sign, you probably want to take a photo of it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think when you've had a positive experience and you really like a product, especially our product is a little more high value and does cost. Yeah, for some people, I guess it's significant cost. So when you are doing that and you're getting a product back that you absolutely love, I think you want to talk about it, want to share it with your friends. And especially for those B2B customers, we do hear from a lot that people are actually asking about their signage, whether they've got signage in
Yeah.
store or at an event. People are like, where did you get that? And then they'll share and talk about it or share it on their socials or let us know that people are actually asking about it.
And that word of mouth is like and I've spoken about word of mouth on the podcast before. It is so powerful if you can harness that. And
Oh,
the fact that your
absolutely.
product is such a visually appealing product and people are going, "Oh my god, that's amazing. I want one. Where did you get it?"
Yeah,
In itself is such a powerful thing. And then to be able I mean, because really, I mean, your clients are creating new clients for you as well. Like that's that
exactly.
flow on effect, right? Because it's just the nature of that type of product, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think, and this might be a little bit left field because it's not what you do, but do you think user generated content can be used by service businesses as well? Or do you think it really lends itself to having a particular product?
Yeah, no, I think it applies for both, yeah, service-based businesses and products because
Yeah.
essentially, yeah, if you're offering a service, it is a product. And again, people want to hear about it. People want to hear about your experience and how you found it. So I think it definitely applies for both.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think people just don't think of it like that. They think, oh no, I have to have this like pretty product that people have to show people rather than, as you said, a service is something that they can, get people talking about and generating content for as well. But I think it's just a different mindset and a
Yeah,
bit of a shift in how they thinking and get a bit creative with it as well.
exactly. And it might look different for that. For example, you're probably not taking a photo of it. You're probably maybe
Yeah,
giving a testimonial or,
absolutely.
recording yourself talking about your experience or something like that.
Absolutely. Do you think the fact that you guys have so much user generated content has contributed to loyalty and repeat business for you guys? Because I imagine that once people buy once, they're like, "Oh, we're coming back and we're getting another one." Like, they're probably not going to go anywhere else if they've had such a great experience. Do you think because you have so much of that user generated content that actually helps people stay more loyal to you? Or
Yeah, I think so. Sharing like UGC on our own socials and tagging our customers. Like if we see somebody that's shared an amazing photo, we'll reshare it ourselves.
yeah,
And I guess that gives us an opportunity to build on that relationship with the customer. And I guess, yeah, this sort of public dialogue leads to advocacy from them, which is great for us.
yeah,
And I guess it's again mutually sort of beneficial, more exposure for us. But then if we're tagging people, it works both ways.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I imagine you're obviously leveraging that as much as possible. So it's the content's going on your website, it's probably going out in email marketing campaigns.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do any sort of video marketing, like it's probably like, where can we put it, and can we put it everywhere? Is that the premise? Or do you only sort of go, we're only going to use it in particular channels or particular ways?
Yeah, I think we use UGC pretty much in all of the marketing that we do. Yeah, like you said, majority of the content on our website is UGC. We've got so many customer images and testimonials. We also, yeah, even do sometimes like a showcase page where we'll do just a feature about one customer. Typically, they're business customers, but it might be a burger store that's purchased our signage, and we ask them, can we, create a page just about you and how you've put all this awesome custom signage in. It's in all of our email campaigns and email flows, and then obviously our socials, lots of images and videos of their custom made signs. Yeah, sort of everywhere we can.
I love it. Plaster it everywhere. Like that's,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
why not? I mean, I think, when you look at this from a business perspective, the fact that you have so much content that is generated by other people, must save so much time, because for you guys to have to go, and I imagine I know you guys still create your own content, you're still doing that stuff yourself. But in
Yeah.
the scheme of things, when you look at what you've got from a user generated content perspective and what you're creating,
Mhm.
I mean, massive, saving in time and resources and all the rest of it. But how much like, compared to what you guys create yourself and what's user generated, what do you think that split is? Is there mostly user generated, and you guys do a little bit of other stuff to round it out, or how conscious are you of what the content piece looks like in that respect?
Yeah. I think in the past we were maybe a little bit more focused on doing our own shoots and
Yeah.
creating content ourselves. And we did, a few shoots a year, or trying to get as much content of us, like our own content, as a bit of a mix. But I think in the past sort of, yeah, few years, we've lent towards more UGC and less of our own stuff. I think
Yeah.
we've seen across our paid advertising that the UGC actually tends to perform better. It has higher engagement, and again, it's more that
Well, it's
people
authentic. It's
authentic, that
real.
people
Yeah.
trust it. So I think that's why it is performing a lot better. And based sort of on that learning, we've really decided to, maybe we're still creating some of our own content, but definitely less than we were in the past. And I think it probably also makes sense with people wanting. The stuff we do is a lot of the time by a videographer, and it's quite
Yeah.
professional and things like
Yeah.
that. And it looks very different to UGC that's typically shot on an iPhone, or just a photo taken in someone's house or in their business. So I think, yeah, consumers realize that UGC is more authentic, and have really, yeah, it shows.
Yeah, and I think the thing there is, when you mentioned before about what you guys do is really produced, because it's, you're using professionals and all the rest of it. I have
Mm-hmm.
this conversation a lot with clients and say, you don't have to have professionally produced videos to be using videos in your marketing, because the stuff that you are putting, that someone's creating with an iPhone, or a smartphone or whatever, it's not perfect. And
Exactly.
people like that imperfection. They like to go, it's not perfect. That's fine. I can relate to it, because I can't create a perfect video, right? So,
Yeah.
there's a relatability factor that's there. There's the authentic factor that's there. And I think that in itself has so much power, because people can go, oh, thank God, I don't have to have this perfect looking video for my marketing. I can have, marketing that is not produced. It's just me talking into a camera. I've got people that I know, they'll be walking down the street to the office talking about something, doing video content and whatever. And it gets really good engagement, because it's just part of their day. It's an authentic conversation that they're having. It's not this, oh my God, I'm going to film this and it's not going to be like, have a top and tail on this and all the rest of it. So I think there's a lot of power in that user generated content space, just because of those reasons. Like the
Yeah.
fact that they aren't perfect, that they aren't produced, that they are real, um, gives them a totally different edge to something that comes from a marketing department, because
Yeah.
we can always see marketing pieces, right? Like I'm a marketer myself. We can always see it. It's written in a different way. It's produced in a different way. It just has a totally different vibe.
Yeah.
um, I just think there's so much power in using our happy clients to generate content and generate, this stuff for us, because it just speaks for itself.
Yeah, exactly. Your customers are your biggest brand advocates. They're the people that are actually spending their own money on products. So it's absolutely worth it to use them as much as you can. And I think
Absolutely.
yeah, what you said before as well, taking that learning of your own content also doesn't need to be super produced. I think
Yeah.
that's something else that we've learned is we've tried to sort of create content ourselves that is similar to UGC, and I think that has worked for us too.
Yeah. I saw a video recently, and it was like all different staff members going and talking about all different parts of the business and stuff like that. And it was like, this is so fun because you were showing real people within the business. You were showing examples of the different signage and also showcasing the values,
Yeah.
which I thought was really clever and a really simple way to
Yeah,
get your message across as well.
yeah, definitely. I think
Um,
that
yeah,
there's been speak about even employee generated content, which essentially is user
yeah,
generated content. But
yeah.
our employees receive a neon after 6 months of working with us, and we use that content of them getting their sign and opening it and everything like that because they are our customers essentially when they are getting that.
I love that idea. I love the fact that staff are being rewarded for being with a company and doing such a great job with your own product. And they're because most of the time, some of the companies that you work for, you go, I don't want that. Like, but a neon sign, I mean, who's going to say no and like and be like not over the moon to get something like that? I love
Yeah,
that concept because I think that can also create employee loyalty as well, right? Because you're
yeah,
going,
oh,
these guys value me and look after me.
yeah, definitely.
Love it. Okay. Um, can you share some tips for us? So, you know, B2B, business owners are super, super busy, especially ones that are running B2B businesses. They might be thinking, well, I love the idea of this, but I don't know where to start. What's some simple tips to either help them get some ideas or or how they can actually use user generated content in their business?
Yeah, for sure. I think um, putting yourself in the mind of the consumer, where thinking about where they would want to see that content to try and make
Love
them
that.
sort of purchase, I think is super important. Like for us, so many of our clients are businesses, like I said, they tend to post images of their signs. So we've actually captured that and offered some of these businesses a discount or an affiliate code that they can share with their customers because we've heard from them asking about where to get this from. So it makes sense for them to be able to, have a 10% off code to share with their customers. And obviously
Yeah.
that's beneficial for us. So yeah, I think your customers are your biggest brand advocates. So yeah, use that as much as you can.
Absolutely. And even just sitting down and doing a bit of a brainstorm and going, right, like what are we doing? What do we want to promote? How can we get people to share that with us? How do we make it as simple as possible? I think as well, because if it's too hard, people go, I'm not doing that. You're asking me to jump through hoops. It's going to take too long. I can't be like it's you want me to download this program, blah blah blah. And if it's
Exactly.
too hard, people just go, no. So I
Yeah,
think really making it easy for people to do it. And I love the fact that you guys have this QR code that goes out with the product to go, here's, here's a code, here's some simple instructions on what you need to do to share it. You
yeah,
make it easy for them to do your work for you, right? Because you're like, well, you do like, I'm going to make it simple because then if I make it simple, you're going to do it and then you're going to send it back to us. And that's great stuff that we can use in our marketing piece.
100%. Or, even incentivize your customers. Say, if
Yeah.
you give us a review, we'll give you $5 off your next order or whatever is,
Yeah.
applicable for your business. But yeah, make it easy for them because, yeah, I think your customers want to share, but the easier you make it for them and also do it when they're getting the product because when somebody's getting a product or a service, that's when they want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it 2 months later. They probably
Yeah.
have forgotten about it. So, yeah,
Absolutely. I
yeah,
think that's so important. Make it easy for them and do it in a timely way because that's when
yeah,
you're most excited, right? Is when you open that box, you're like, oh my God, look at this. It's amazing.
exactly.
Or when you're putting it up and you can see it all lit up on the wall,
Yeah,
it's a perfect time to capture that excitement and the happiness around look at this great product that we've purchased and we want to share it with everybody. I love it. Is there
exactly.
anything else that you want to share before we finish
I
our
think,
chat?
yeah, that's it for me.
I love it. Look, I love the fact that you guys are embracing user generated content so strongly and that it is working so well for you guys. and I think you're really leading the way in a lot of this stuff as well, because you don't see a lot of companies using generated content these days, or certainly using it in the way that you guys do. So I love it, and I love looking at what you guys are doing, and getting ideas and inspiration for my own sign at some point as well. But thank you for
Awesome.
sharing all of that. I think anyone that hasn't considered user generated content before, hopefully that now gets them thinking, oh, okay, maybe that is something we could actually do.
Yeah,
And maybe it's not as hard as what we thought, because I think sometimes when we hear these things, we think, oh, wow, that sounds like really hard and big and it's all a bit scary.
yeah,
But when they see how people are actually doing it and how simple it can actually be, I think that can change the whole thought process behind it, which is really important, especially for busy business owners who are just like, I don't have time to do stuff. Well, if we can make it easy for you,
exactly.
then there's no reason why you can't.
Exactly. 100%.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time, Amelia.
Yeah.
I'm inspired now to jump back on and go and look at some more neon signs. My husband might not be as impressed when I go, honey, I want to buy this. I am buying this, by the way. um, but yeah, I keep looking at stuff going, oh my God, I love it. I'd love to have a room full of them. I just think they're so gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been great.
Thank you for being part of the show, and we will share all of the contact details for Custom Neon in the show notes. And if you guys want to jump on and have a look and have some inspiration for your business or for your home, then I know that you will find plenty of it with them. Thanks, Amelia.
Thank you.
Digital Conversations is a boutique marketing advisory focused on helping busy business owners to find their sweet spot and to make your target audience crazy for you, usually involving words, and some numbers. As chief of everything, I consider myself a bit of a marketing rebel, and I don't believe that social media is the holy grail of marketing. Instead, I help my clients attract the right clients to them by having consistent marketing that doesn't include unbeatable algorithms, fancy tech, or a massive time commitment. Now, if you're curious about how your business can make sales without focusing on socials, then I invite you to contact me and also take a look at my Sales Without Socials program options, where you can learn all the stuff you need to master a reliable, consistent, and repeatable way to generate leads and sales in 15 minutes a day without posting on socials 5 days a week, so you can stop chasing algorithms and start effortlessly landing dream clients on repeat. Now, you'll find more details in two places: digitalconversations.com.au and saleswithoutsocials.com.au. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, I'd really love it if you can subscribe and leave a review, because more subscribers and reviews help the podcast reach more people, and I would be truly grateful. Thanks for being awesome, and never let anyone dull your marketing sparkle.